Hello, Apollo 11 Houston. We recommend you accept the now 49. Continue through your sequence of sightings, and then we'll analyze the data afterwards. Over. You're okay.
Alright, start. Hello, and welcome to the Depths of Jigoku Podcast, where we talk about anything video games, anime, and sometimes real-life events. In this week's episode, we're joined by the Hip and Cool Kain,
Hello.
the Bodacious KickenBeans,
What up?
and the 8-Bit Poe. That's me. Today, DreadPirate will be joining us fashionably late. But besides that, how we doing, boys?
You are
I'm pretty
breaking
good.
up, at least on my side.
Am I?
Yeah, on my end,
Alright.
he broke up a couple
You
times
wanna-
too.
Nah,
You
let's
wanna
not
s-
restart it. Let's just send it.
Okay, well, this is going to be an interesting...
I'll rip your voice box out and repair it later.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Giggity?
He just likes it when I'm down his throat.
I'm right.
Hey, Japan's making huge advancements in that field.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. I'll add it to the doc while you say how your week's been.
I mean it's Tuesday, so far the start of the week's been pretty interesting. Personal work has had some crazy ups and downs, but aside from that, in the personal life, things have been good. Unfortunately, partner's a little sick this week, so taking care of her and making sure she's getting the rest that she deserves. That way she can get better to hopefully make her weekend plans. I'll be sad for her if she misses those out. Misses out on those. That's proper English.
I was gonna ask you guys out Saturday night. They're having a electro swing dance party downtown.
Oh, I will be your throuple.
Okay, because my
Yes.
partner probably can't go. So,
Then I will be your date.
all right, I'll make sure I wear my cute dress.
Yeah, no. My partner's got some plans with her dad, and I hope she ends up making those because she needs some time with her pops.
Completely understandable. All right, now that I have you in the right spot on our screen, I just realized you were covering the drawing of DreadPirate and not yourself. It made no sense. There's two of you on the screen. I was confused. Now my last week or two has been pretty good. Other than the normal work BS, I've been doing decent.
Good. Good. And how's the robot holding up? Circuit board still flowing correctly?
Circuit board's overloaded. So for, I guess, real life news for some of our listeners, I am moving from my current location to another location. And because of that, I have to do all of my schoolwork before I leave. So I have written like papers, and I still have more to go. So my circuit board's a little fried, but, can't complain. Anything.
Well, I mean, you got some big goals that you're working at, so it's going to be tough, but I mean, I believe in you.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me hop out and hop back in. Give me 1 second.
So I
There we
pretty
go.
much I really am I better now
Yeah, you're not
or-
breaking up
Moment.
anymore.
at the moment, or I could also probably
Oh, there you go.
definitely
And
just
there
gonna have
goes.
like a
Robot, I think it's time for you to restart.
yeah.
We'll see you in a minute. He's back quick.
Is it better now?
I mean, you're smooth at the moment, so let's see
Yeah.
how robotic you get.
Let's just send it.
Yeah. So do you want me to just like, man, this is gonna be an edit and a half.
It'll buff out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this week's wonderful, wonderful topics. Who highlighted the new one?
You said you were going to talk about it after we talked about our weeks.
Japan is giving out breeding visas.
You know, I understand for Japan, with all the weird things that they've done as a country, I understand how they got to this decision. But the weird part to me is Japan is also a culture that prides itself in its traditions, its longevity, its sense of pride from the generational knowledge that gets passed down within their own communities.
So
Handing out breeding visas is just gonna fuck everything up about Japan.
So
I thought we were all going to say, let's do a Japan trip, but I guess we're not all on the same page then.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm on the same page, but I don't meet the requirements for the breeding visa, so.
Wait,
and I'm
what
going
are
to
the
Japan in a couple months, so I'll happily go again.
I can't have kids, so I don't meet the requirements. So
I
the
haven't met the scissors yet.
holders of breeding visas will be required to pay to provide evidence of at least one pregnancy that they helped induce, either in themselves for females or in a Japanese citizen for males. Those unable to do so will have to pay a fine of no less than 50,000 yen upon departure. I mean,
Wait,
if they give me the visa, I'll eat the $500. I'm just saying.
I understand why, because they have such a declining birth rate, but I also feel like there's other avenues.
Well,
they could do.
There's multiple cultural aspects of this. In my experience, no research or science intended, the average Japanese male is more worried about being successful than he is finding a suitable partner that will give him children and do what he wants. And even though he wants that, even if they want to find a suitable partner, they're looking for someone that's going to be a stay-at-home mom. They're looking for somebody that's going to take care of the children, take care of the house, kind of stuff like that. In general, in the modern age, the average Japanese woman wants a career, wants to be on her own. Well, not on her own, wants to be independent. So it's just not jiving.
Yeah.
There's also an issue in Japan where the generation that's our age and younger has been so wrapped up in in the growth of technology that they're also not socializing like they used to. There's several documentaries and documentations out there with interviews of people in their mid to early 30s talk about how shy they are and just how much anxiety there is about meeting people in real life, that it's just not a thing anymore.
And that's why going up to a beautiful Japanese lady and saying hello will usually get you a fun time. But yeah, it's just a bunch of cultural issues that they'll probably solve. I don't know if breeding visas will solve it, because now you're gonna get a bunch of like independent women with children also trying to have a career, and that didn't turn out well here in America. I'm not saying women shouldn't be independent. I'm just saying single moms have it rough.
Yeah, because we're a country that doesn't support them.
Yeah. And I don't think they'll get much additional support from the average Japanese. I don't think aristocracy is the word, but the average Japanese government official.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for some reason I can only imagine, like, really, I don't know, maybe it's just like the thought, and like maybe there's just jokes, like the people that are going to be using these visas probably aren't the.
Oh, there's a whole plane of sweaty men headed to Japan.
I'm glad you're the one to say it. I'm like, how do I say this nicely?
Playing Magic in the aisles like savages.
Oh my gosh!
Listen, I can't blame them for playing card games, but they are definitely like sweaty, not really like sunlight liking people.
I
Or
bet
like a basement or two.
I bet the generator on that plane cannot handle the amount of Steam Decks and Nintendo Switches that are about to be plugged in.
That AC is going to be smelling for a long time.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah. That plane's gonna run out of fuel midair.
That's you're just gonna need to gut and reupholster. That's a start over kind of project.
Mhm. Yeah.
Think of the crack sweat.
Oh, don't make me think of that. Think of the two basic ass bathrooms that are going to be on that plane.
Oh,
You know,
you mean the biohazard
Swamp
closets?
Swamp butt is
Exactly.
bad. But when you're sitting down doing nothing and getting swamp butt, that's real bad.
It's what? From LAX to Tokyo, it's 14 hours?
Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, about 14 to 16 hours, depending
And-
on the airline.
And again, if you guys want to go, I'll eat the $500.
I think
gotta
it's
get
closer to
money
$5,000,
first.
but
No, 50,000 yen. It's about $500. Hold on, I will translate it for you.
You said 50,000?
It's less. It's $315.
And 40 cents.
wow.
Yeah.
All right. So when I get a new job, celebrate. Wait, hold up. It costs more for the plane ticket to get there than the visa.
Yeah, you're gonna spend more in shitty 7-Eleven food than you are on the fine for the visa.
I think
I
what
said
needs to happen is we all just put our money together and buy a mansion in Japan because it'll be about the cost of one of our houses here.
Okay, I got my part. I was looking at one with the father-in-law while he was in town, and it was like $30K.
Robit will definitely help when Robit gets a job in the new place.
Robit
Yeah.
can just get a job over there.
You can get paid in Japan as a robot.
Oh, true.
And they have activities for you over there.
Because it's not child labor if he's a robot. Or she. We got to be inclusive.
We'll just say they.
So they bot.
Why does that sound like a Adult Swim shitty cartoon enemy?
I was thinking Pornhub, like Pornhub
You
subject
know,
line. They bot.
I guess that's more on topic. Yeah, fair. I don't know, if
J-Bot,
I ever...
tonight.
Sorry.
Sorry. Intrusive thought.
You're okay. I was gonna say if I ever go to Japan, it's never just gonna be Japan. I'm gonna do like Japan, Korea, and then fly to Southeast Asia and then come back. I'll
I'm
do like the
sorry.
whole fucking stuff.
Unless you're going to take 3 months. No, you're not.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point. Is like I would legitimately take a lot of time.
It's really
Come
hard
on.
to get found in Thailand. I just want to point that out. Like, and I'm not including other people looking for you. I'm including you finding yourself.
Oh,
Like,
he can find
physically
himself in
finding
Thailand.
Yeah, but it's
He'll find
harder
out
than
new
you would
parts about
think.
himself.
Especially because they legalized the THC products and it's being sold in the streets now. Thailand's a way better place than it was when I was there.
All right, so a trip to Japan and Thailand. Gotcha.
Yeah, you'll spend all your money in Japan and make all your money back in Thailand.
I want to hear your intrusive thought now for some reason.
It's already been spoken and forgotten.
Oh damn.
You'll just have to watch the podcast.
Ah, shucks. It'll be like the most replayed part on YouTube.
You're trying to figure
It's
out
like-
what you say.
What did they say?
All right, let's burn through some sad ones before we get to some happy ones. Richard Simmons'
Right.
death. I
Yeah.
know KickenBeans that you remember the bodysuit. Let's just a moment of silence for Richard Simmons. All right, that's long enough. He wouldn't want us to get our heart rate too low.
Like,
They say it's just natural causes, which
natural causes don't come with an FBI investigation.
yeah, that's what I was like. Sure, buddy.
like
He was 76.
Dude,
He looked good for 76, but he's a weird idol.
dude, legitimately,
do
I thought he
drugs?
died in the early 2000s. Like,
I thought he died in the 80s. I'll be honest.
somebody told me Richard Simmons passed away earlier this week, and I was like, wait, yeah, I know. And they're like, what? It just happened. I was like, no, it happened like in 04.
Are you? I was about to ask, are you thinking of Bob Moses? But he died a long, long time ago.
No. I'm thinking of Organ Suit. It's like I'm gonna wear a onesie that makes it look like somebody turned me inside out, and then I'm gonna dance, be excited. Have
Not
the
Bob Moses, Bob Ross.
same hairstyle as Dio, but not as metal.
That just sounds like an EDC trip.
That is
We
what
can make it
Electric
one.
Force looks like.
Gosh. Well, it'd be interesting to see what develops once they do an autopsy and everything, if they even go public with anything.
Yeah, they're saying up to 6 days for like blood work and stuff, which is horseshit. But I'm interested if we even hear anything.
I kind of don't want to find out, honestly. I don't know. Some weird part of me is like, I'd rather have this mystery be a mystery and not be like, he died of a cocaine overdose or something like that.
I only
I'd be
have
curious to see how long it takes for Pauly Shore to play him in a movie.
they're probably writing the script right now.
Oh, 100%.
And I bet you it's a Miramax flick.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
So moving on to slightly less dubious things, but just as sad. Tenacious D might be breaking up because apparently Kyle said some slightly political things on stage in Australia.
Yeah, I guess he was making a joke about the attempted assassination, and Jack is really just drawing a hard line.
By the way, I know a lot of us had this on our bingo card. I'm only one square away from bingo.
What was the other things on your bingo card?
Buddy.
We'll
So,
go-
Is this a
let's go ahead.
post-podcast conversation?
Let's go ahead and just put in the definition of rhetorical statement right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Let's go back.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the wee old age where people were smashing rocks together of 2020.
Oh my God.
Fair. Okay, never mind. Nope, don't gotta explain it. I know.
Let's say-
Yep, uh-huh.
We had the illness that cannot be named.
Yep.
Otherwise, we'll get canceled.
Yep.
We had murder hornets. We had the illness that cannot be named 2 electric boogaloo.
Oh wait, we can't say that word either. So
No,
yeah.
it's okay. I'm in a
Electric?
Hawaiian shirt. It's my word.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait, we can't say boogaloo?
You're not wearing a
No,
Hawaiian shirt.
there's a big thing about and shout out to Wendigoon. He's a wonderful human from what I've seen. I know people that have met him say he's a great human. But he started his YouTube career off making gun memes. And that was when the Hawaiian shirt was popular. So it was always like dudes in Hawaiian shirts with body
Oh.
armor on. And he
Yeah.
was like, they're the Boogaloo Boys. Well, the left took that as their terrorist organization and jumped on it. And then it basically like X-nayed Hawaiian shirts for a year. And then he turned around and started doing like cryptids and conspiracy theory stuff, and now has a podcast with the Meat Canyon. And I highly recommend checking out his stuff if you like long form stories of a dude in Appalachia with an iPhone that's got something like 3 million subscribers still filming on an iPhone, spending 4 hours going down a weird cryptid wormhole. It's good content, just generally good content, at least for me, because I like that dark spooky stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so only people in Hawaiian shirts are allowed to say boogaloo.
All right.
It's our
All right, I
word.
think I know your All right, I think I know your bingo card. I'll be honest, I've kind of been in this weird like ignorance is bliss mind state for a hot minute before this week. So
Not
I'm like,
necessarily a bad thing.
oh shit, that's right. All these other like insane things have happened, and it's only been like 4 years.
Dude, the 2020s are going to be like 2 fucking chapters in history books.
Yeah. Man, I thought it was going to be the fun roaring 20s, not the, oh God, please, no, please stop roaring 20s.
We're just kicking off the Great Depression too early.
All right. So
Man, we are really getting into sad news. What's the...
I just discovered what the comment that Kyle made was, and it's pretty direct.
Oh, dang. I couldn't find a quote of the comment. If you want to read it, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
So I found a video that somebody shared that they recorded while he was on stage, and Jack Black brings out a cake, or not Jack Black, somebody else in costume brings out a cake for Kyle for his birthday, and as he's getting ready to blow out the candles, he goes, "And next time, don't miss," and then blows out the candles right after making a Trump comment.
That's a little
Yeah,
on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't quite catch what the Trump comment was, and I don't necessarily think the Trump comment was a negative one. I think it was just saying something about the presidency, and then followed it up with, "Next time, don't miss."
As an avid gun enthusiast, vote in the booth, not with a rifle.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out. You might not like who's up there. Make your vote work.
That's why we have this whole system in place. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worked. It's worked for a couple hundred years. Let's let it keep going.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next, slightly sad. We're slowly working our way up to like cool shit. If we keep going from the bottom to the top, I'll be very happy. So,
All right.
I've been following this for a few weeks, and it's because I'm a physics nerd and an engineering nerd. But Boeing has stranded astronauts on the ISS.
So this is the first I'm hearing about this.
So Boeing just tested their competitor to SpaceX. It's their first manned flight. They made it to the International Space Station, but unless it's an emergency, they can't come home. Just
Why?
too many things are breaking on their pod. How shitty would it be to be stuck in a tin can in space, knowing you just rode something that broke 5 or 6 different ways on the way up, and being like, well, I'm here now. I was supposed to be home 3 weeks ago.
My gosh. And I mean, Boeing's already been having issues with their own fucking planes that don't go into space breaking. Like, you would think.
Nah, they've cheaped out on all their material. Like every process they've
goodness.
cheaped out on. I think, and I might be wrong, I think they pled guilty to charges.
So they pled guilty to the charges about their aircrafts with negligence of maintenance records and all that kind of stuff. But that has been its own problem because they pled guilty, but Boeing has become too big of a corporation that they're not getting any ramifications. Like they're not really getting fined. The fines that they've been hit with so far is so minuscule to their financial records that they're not even paying out pennies in fees.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't they? It's
And-
like 500,000 or 50,000 that they've been
Total-
slapped with. or something.
Well, there's like a max you get in a settlement if your loved one dies in a plane crash. And that's just so we can insure things like planes. But they were fined roughly $2 billion in total.
Which is bullshit.
And let me look up what is Boeing worth.
Boeing is worth, according as of July 16, 2024, $114.5 billion.
So less than
Billion.
2%.
Yeah.
So their CEO is not going to get a bonus this year.
Oh, he will.
I mean, he will. I'm just saying that, like, effectively his bonus just got given to damages and court cases.
But I remember reading an article last week about this, and I wish I took notes on this. It was essentially saying that they're just too big and powerful of a corporation, that they're not getting any ramifications, and they're essentially just wiping their hands of everything now that they've said that they're guilty, to not really owning up or doing anything to even repair it.
That sounds like a big corporate company that won't get any ramifications done, so they'll just do whatever they want to do.
Oh, and then the other thing was that like states and individuals and stuff like that, like now that they've pled guilty and because of the size that they are, nobody else can really sue them anymore.
Smart move. Not mad about that. That's the problem with, what are they called? The joint court cases.
Class actions.
Class actions is you'll get like $12 and then you can't keep suing.
Yeah.
Okay, so sucks for those Boeing astronauts. I hope you come home safe. Unless you're Russian, then I hope you hit something important in Russia on your way down. Not being political, just being factual. All right, last sad thing, and then we can move on to greater things.
All right.
I'll let you take this one away, BiPoe.
Yeah, robot time. Hopefully my voice isn't robotic. This past weekend, you know, we both had the Euro Cup and the Copa America. Or Copa America. And because Copa is a company that likes to keep all of the money and didn't want to pay, you know, America and their broadcasting people and like their security people, and they wanted to take all of it for themselves, decided that they can run it themselves this year. In the finals, people snuck in through AC vents and through other means, and while sneaking in, destroyed a lot of the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So, the city of Miami, I believe it's the city of Miami, and not just the Hard Rock owner, are, you know, building up a lot of things to go sue Copa because the stadium's destroyed and can't be used, and football season's right around the corner.
Yep.
Good.
But also there's a bunch of logistical issues as well, that the city is about to get sued themselves by a lot of fans, because there are people that spent tens of thousands of dollars on tickets.
Yeah, that didn't
get in, and then a lot of the games that were played stateside that were held with Copa America, a lot of stadiums were borderline sold out, and yet the stadiums had less than 50% occupancy.
Yeah, so a lot of that was Copa. So the last Copa America Cup, you know, American companies and securities and broadcasting people, they took a big chunk because like, yeah, we're doing all this work. And this year Copa was like, no, we want to take the bigger cut. So we're going to do all that. So a lot of this is Copa just not hiring the right security, or I know for a fact, at least for the finals, they had one of all the gates open for people to like ticket in.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just too much of a buildup that they broke down barricades, and then people were just sneaking in.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a whole you know mess. As well as I did hear, I don't know how high the count was, but people did unfortunately pass away and die during the final, like fans and whatnot. So I don't know how many have, but it's just a tragedy in general.
Yeah, I knew people got trampled, but I missed the part about people passing away from it. So that's very
some of them did die from it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll escalate everything so much more.
Yeah, and that's why the people that will sue the city of Miami and the other city, then it's just going to be compacted onto just the whole suit against Copa. And this really sucks because I'm not the biggest soccer or football, depending on where you live in this world, fan. It is a great sport to watch. I just really hate seeing tragedies and such big events being mismanaged.
Yeah, so I'm a big soccer fan, and the thing that I'll be keeping a close eye on is the World Cup is in 2 years, and it's supposed to be the Americas that's hosting it. So now, after all of this and how shitty everything got, from ticket sales to logistics of delivery systems to logistics of people management at the stadiums, like, I'm really hoping that FIFA doesn't come around and just lottery the World Cup away out of the Americas, because the last time I was in the Americas, I was 4, and I would like the opportunity to go see a game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's go see a FIFA game, my man.
I want to go to a World Cup match so bad.
I don't even
In a
care
couple
who's
years.
playing. I'm gonna
I
wear
don't
a
think
Man
FIFA
U hoodie anyway.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the game of what match we see, I'll probably wear my Man U jersey. But if it's U.S. or Mexico, I'll definitely be rocking those jerseys.
Yeah. I don't think FIFA will take it away from Americas because, like I said, this wasn't specifically like the USA America
No,
fault, but
it's not.
there is now like this air of caution that has to come because of everything that's happened.
But so the issue that I'm seeing right now is misrepresentation of news that's being spread globally, because like I saw a snippet of a news piece that BBC had, and they were early on saying that it was on the fault was on the America side. The fault was on the security personnel at the stadium, and while the stadium isn't in charge of hiring that perspective is now going out globally, that the Americas can't handle personnel for a Copa America match, which isn't going to be as big as FIFA, but the Euro Cup and Copa America are pretty big leagues in comparison. And if this shit show happened with these smaller but yet still big leagues, like, what's to come with the World Cup?
Yeah, I think the counter to that is we'll look at what happens when we have again, the Stanley Cup Finals is not a big thing, but it was massive, down from Florida. Just look at like the Super Bowls and the World Series, like we handle it perfectly, or decently. It's just this one was the people that hired it, Copa. They didn't. They, it's kind of just like they cut corners and pinched pennies.
Yeah.
Get revenue, and it does suck. But also, I don't know, something inside me when you said BBC, I'm like, oh, they're just upset that England lost. So, but
Closest, closest
Go España.
2026 FIFA World Cup is Kansas City.
Yeah,
Hey, that's a drive away for us.
it will be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll buy a what is it, Inner City Miami or Inner Miami? I'll just wear that jersey.
Miami is hosting.
Yeah, and I have family in that area, so we have some options as far as catching some games. I also am not against going to Canada or Mexico to catch a game. Oh no, we get to travel together.
Yeah, right. I do
I will give a
Guadalajara.
I'll give a caveat to all the foreigners that are going to come to America, because I've had this happen with a couple of my friends that are from Europe that are like, oh yeah, we're going to come for the World Cup. All in one day, they're going to go see the Statue of Liberty and then go to Disneyland or Disney World in Florida and then go catch the game in Miami. I'm like, if you're going to do that, plan out like for a week. It's a really big country.
Rent a plane.
Yeah, if you're rich enough, rent a plane. If not,
in case we have any foreign listeners, that have never been to the States to the States, I'm not going to say the Americas. Just remember that our states land-wise are as big as your countries, and travel can get long. So the idea of
all of Europe,
liberty,
all of Europe fits inside of America with room to spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can put it in another perspective. If you're going from South Florida all the way to North Florida, like Miami to Tallahassee. It's a 7-hour drive.
And that's not even North Florida.
That's not even North Florida. You could get all the way to like Florida, Alabama, which is like another hour or so. So you could spend.
Let's not misguide them. We all know Tallahassee's in Alabama.
Okay, well, I guess
Anything Lake City
Tallahassee.
West is just Alabama.
It's just Tallahassee, honestly. But yeah, if it is your first time visiting states, understand we are not like being hyperboles and whatnot. How big the states are. It's a massive fucking country.
And our transportation systems suck compared to what you guys are used to in Europe.
Don't rely on Brightline. Don't rely on trains. Don't rely on buses. They suck.
Get an international driver's license. Don't fear the roads. Rent a car.
Yep.
Or feel the roads, but still rent a car.
Yep.
Dude, I'd be down for Mexico City.
Oh, dude, fuck yes. But
I'd be
that's gonna
down.
be an expensive game because everybody's gonna go to Mexico City.
Yeah.
Where's the finals being held at? Is that being held in the States or is it going to be held in Mexico?
I think in the States.
It's probably like LA or some BS. Unless
No,
it's Miami,
it's-
then it's really smart.
It's going to be based on who wins and when.
How
But
do we think the U.S. team's going to go? Do we think we're going to see them in the finals?
Dude,
it's not the
so-
women's team. It's going to go hot garbage like it does every fucking FIFA.
Yeah, unfortunately, our
Yeah, we got this.
men's national team is very young, and last World Cup was when they were supposed to be the most hopeful because this was going to be their second World Cup, with experienced players, and unfortunately, that didn't pan out too well. And we also got a snippet of what they play like in the Copa League, and it wasn't great. For granted, we had a lot of referee issues, but it still
When in doubt,
wasn't.
blame the refs.
Still wasn't the best. I'm not trying to be that guy that says blame the refs, but there's known issues with the refs in Copa America right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we always have the Olympics, so let's go.
Another sport we're really good at.
I can't wait to be my toxic American self when the Olympics start.
Oh, dude, have you guys seen the Mongolian uniforms?
They're they're amazing.
They're sick. I just saw a little snippet of it before the show. They're
saw that on
sick.
Reddit. I want to be a Mongolian. I love America, but Mongolia has really cool uniforms. I kind of want to be a Mongolian so I could have the.
I mean, I like to
Really
travel
sick.
regularly, and I very rarely like to live in the same place for more than a few weeks. I do it because
Is it the black and white one?
No, it's like a blue and white one, and then here, let me pull it up. But yeah, I could totally be a Mongolian.
I don't know what sport this is for, but this jersey looks cool.
Oh, here you go.
What the hell?
Yeah, they look
Yeah.
super cool.
Whoa, that is stunning.
I hope they come in on a horse and arrow the first ref.
Dude, I will say though, watching the Olympic opening ceremonies are beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean that's like the best part about the Olympics nowadays.
I always enjoy doing a watch party for that. Except the last Olympics sucked because it was at what 3 a.m.
Yeah,
It was in
Our
Japan,
time.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was in Japan, right? Or Tokyo?
Tokyo, yeah.
Specifically? Yeah.
Yep.
Paris. I was supposed to. Where is it held this year? I'm like Paris. Oh, great.
oh great, everyone's
they're
gonna
late
smell
now.
bad.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Let's hit Space Marine 2 dev build leaked. I'm super excited about this game, so I'm not trying to find any spoilers. But Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 had the entire game leaked. And it's super
No
tempting.
way.
Yeah, it's supposed to release September 9th. And the most up-to-date dev version of the game can be found via torrent. Because it's a pirate's life for us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Their response was the upload is nearly a year old. In no way reflects the final product. But like a year out from a game this big, you're pretty fucking close to the final product because marketing takes 6 months. And you're not a good dev team isn't crunching the last couple months of the fucking game release.
Yeah,
Like,
they're definitely not.
They're probably cleaning stuff up, but they're not adding anything new.
Yeah, they're not gonna rewrite this shit.
My worry is that they're going to try to now. Like now that it's leaked, I am worried that they're going to try to add in a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the leak and it's going to be incomplete and we're going to get a cyberpunk thing going on. Not excited about it.
I would almost be fearful that they would, like, now that it's leaked, they're going to just, like, touch a few things and then release it as, like, a longevity beta. Like, charge you full price and it'll be in beta for 2 years and then finally come out.
It's hard to do that if you're not Baldur's Gate.
I agree.
Like, we have one shining, beautiful success story in a sea of hot garbage.
Not to get off topic, but
most of that hot garbage is Star Citizen. I'll admit to that.
Not to get off topic, but I was reading that Baldur's Gate 3 won so many awards. Larian Studios had to have like rotating dev teams to go fly out to go accept awards.
Yeah, it's hard being on top.
And they have also been so successful that they opened up a second studio just so that they can start working on games again without their information just being like main public media.
That's good. I can't wait to find out the name of that studio. Then it becomes main public media.
Right.
I mean, technically, it's already out there.
I'm just excited for their next game. It's supposed to be completely in-house.
I need to fucking finish Baldur's Gate 3.
They're done. They're done adding new shit to it.
No, I need to finish it. Like,
you don't finish that game.
I'm still in Act 1. I've done. I haven't done much.
I played more of that game during beta than I have since it's been out, and I feel very shameful for saying that.
I want to say 90, and I somewhat feel shameful to say this. 90% of my hours playing that game is just me in the character screen, like character creation. It's like, like I want to make this look like this.
Dude, it's so funny how many memes there are about that, though. Like, I've seen comedians, for example. One specifically, Bert Kreischer, does not play very many video games whatsoever, and in one of his comedy interview shows that he does, he was talking about how he tried to play it because it legitimately caught his attention, and he ended up spending about an hour and a half in character creation, and then spent about 45 minutes playing the game, and he was like, "Holy fuck, I'm just playing real life."
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen so many people play that game and do like different like we could make an entire podcast on Baldur's Gate. So like, yeah.
So
I've seen so many people do different runs.
I'm hoping we have some 40K fans here. But if I don't get to play Dark Angels, we riot. Just start it out there.
I could get behind you. I could get behind that. But who's going to get rioted?
Oh, I'm going to go burn Games Workshop to the ground. Just everything. Fuck it. There's enough plastic in there. They'd never find anything. And for our FBI agent, I'm not going to go burn Games Workshop to the ground. I don't even know where they're at. If they accidentally burn to the ground, that's on them. And they probably deserve it. It might be just karmic justice.
I was gonna say Games Workshop has done a lot of stuff that
Oh, dude.
there's other people to like burn their place down that
Yeah.
isn't just not playing a specific.
When I was
thing.
in high school, I worked at a Hobbytown USA, and we started carrying Games Workshop stuff, and we were doing very, very well with it. Mostly because we could undercut most prices, and like doing just real good with it. We had a whole wall of it. So what does Games Workshop do? They open a fucking Warhammer store across the street from us and then undercut our prices. We would literally catch their employees wandering our store and taking note of our prices so that they can just go change theirs to undercut the fuck out of us.
Jesus.
Fuck Games Workshop. Good game, good story, dig it. Huge 40K lore fan. I'm a stats and stories kind of guy. But fuck that community. All right. Now we're on to brighter things. You guys ready for this?
Let's start the shit show.
RTX 5090 has been leaked.
Yep.
The 5090 has a 500 plus watt power rating.
And it got leaked by Seasonic. So just so you guys know, this is a very legitimate leak.
Yeah. No shit. Dude, this is insane. Like, I remember the good old days when a 550 watt power supply you could manage a decent computer with. Now just your graphics card is pulling 500 watts.
Yeah, like 1,000 watt power supply is going to be bare minimum nowadays. Like we've already hit the cusp of where like for the average modern gaming computer tower, you need a 750 minimum. Like,
dude, and it's using the 12 volt HP WRQL whatever insert acronym here power connector that was lighting everybody's fucking computers on fire.
yeah, but they fixed it, right?
No, they didn't. The two companies that said they fixed it are currently being sued for not fixing it.
I think you missed the air quotes.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, I'm reading.
Yeah. Kain is legitimately just a 90-degree angle. It looks like you're actually staring at KickenBeans.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for it. I'm not gonna buy a 5000 series, but I'm excited for our buddy Scorch to buy one, so I could play with it.
Listen, my 1080 Ti still running strong, playing the games I want to play. Not gonna upgrade until it craps.
You might actually, because there's gonna be some pretty big cuts for prices for these graphic cards. You might actually be their prime customer for this. Like if a 5070 or a 5080 comes out and it's sub $800, I would jump on it because
I gotta buy a whole new power supply.
Dude,
I have it.
That's fine. A power supply is $150. That's not that big a deal.
With our powers combined, you will just have a power supply mailed to you, buddy. Oh. Get the graphics card.
I have a computer rant I want to go on when this is done.
Okay.
I'm so mad at Intel right now.
Not surprised. Why is it this time?
You'll I think 50 series would be good for you because your 10 series, while I am a true believer that the 1080 Ti is the greatest graphics card ever made.
It's the greatest graphics card ever made.
It's getting to the point where you need a new brick. And
I don't know. It's running all my games how I want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
We got a little bit more modern, buddy.
It runs Baldur's Gate at 90. It runs First Descendant at
I'm not telling any of that. But you're gonna get to a point where the architecture has changed and it's no longer gonna run smooth anymore.
Yeah, and you're not gonna get
I guess
you're not gonna get driver updates. Like the driver updates will end soon. NVIDIA I think has like a 5 or 6 year thing on drivers updates. And didn't the 9000 series or the 900 series drivers just fucking kick the bucket?
Probably.
I think like a year and a half ago. It could be way off on that.
You just reminded me I do need to update my drivers, but I forget my login, so I'll update them when I remember.
You can just download it straight from the NVIDIA website.
Sure. Probably.
You don't need to
i9
use.
1400. Oh, that's not much of a sale. Never mind.
Listen, the next upgrade I do to this computer is getting like a massive SSD, so I could get rid of the hard drive I want.
Buddy, I sent you one.
I know. Guess what? Buddy's moving, but he doesn't have money yet. Give me like a month or two, and I'll get it. I might honestly get the 4 terabyte. Like I think I'll for the rest of my life.
Okay, so the oldest graphics card currently supported by NVIDIA is the MX230, which came out around the same time as a GTX 980. So the 900 series is still supported, but I bet with 50 series coming out, that's going away. So you probably got like 2 years.
Dope. Sounds like in 2 years I'll buy a new graphics card, and it'll be like the 40 or so series.
Listen, in 2 years, the 40 series will probably still kick ass. I don't foresee a big jump in usefulness.
I will
I'll jump on a
squeeze
40
every
series.
last ounce of whatever I have just to, make ends meet.
I'll jump on a 40 series when those go on sale when the 5000 series come out, and then I'll just sell Poe mine.
Yeah, it's super tempting when these come out to jump on all the deals we'll get on 4090s.
Oh, I'll be by a Micro Center. Shit,
that's not a good thing.
Safe. That's not safe for me. Why do you think I said, oh shit?
That's going to be more expensive than what I sent you.
Yeah, it's not safe for me to be there. It's fine. What's the worst that happens? I walk out with a whole ass computer that I didn't need anyways.
That's happened to me. That has happened to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me, knowing you.
I went to go get a new motherboard and processor for my gaming computer because mine was getting kind of old and ratty. And I came out with a new motherboard and processor and then a whole new gaming computer.
Well, that kind of makes sense if you're like literally changing the components.
I do have to admit, that shit was funny. Because you told us you were going to the store for very specific items. You sent us the SKU numbers of what exactly you were picking up.
Yep.
And then literally 2 hours later, almost on the dot from when you walked into that store, we get a photo of the trunk of your vehicle with the boxes of every item possible, with the exception of peripherals, even a brand new tower.
I blame the significant other. She's the one that let me loose in there, and she said I could build a new computer.
In this instance, I have to agree because that conversation was fucking hysterical. But oh my god, that was so funny.
Now you know your significant other knows not to let you have free reign.
No, she's cool with me building a racing sim now.
I want to do that so bad.
One of my family members gave me a free wheel and pedals, and I've been loving it. The connector broke, but besides that, I just kind of jerry rig it in, and it holds pretty well.
I could resolder you a connector. I actually have extra USB 3 blank plugs floating around the house somewhere.
It's more of a week after podcast I can talk to you about it.
Okay. So Intel rant.
Yeah.
My Spawn has had a 10500K, I think it was, and it was running on some spinning rust. So I was like, I might get you a NVMe SSD. Go pick one up, not a big deal. They're a little pricey now due to RAM shortages and stuff like that, but whatever. Go pick one up, plug it in. BIOS will not pick this up. I spent 5 hours fucking with this computer trying to get the BIOS to pick up a second NVMe drive. Come to find out, Intel in their infinite wisdom just decided not to put the lanes for 2 NVMEs on the processor. So luckily, we just upgraded them to an 11 series. But, what the fuck, Intel? My 7700K could run it. I ran 2 NVMEs just fine. Why the fuck did you take that ability away from me? Just being a dick. Fuck Intel. I hope your graphics card system does well and you make zero money from it. And on processors, Ryzen 9 or Ryzen 9000. I have weird views on these. I don't understand why they're not 3DX chips. Why all of them just aren't off the bat 3DX. Like, we're 2 generations into stacking processors and stacking shared memory and stuff like that. We're in the 3rd dimension as far as processor nodes go. Why the fuck are they still cranking out basic bitch ass x86 processors? Like, they're going to be good. I'll admit to that. They're going to be good. But I'm just not seeing, like, why would I buy this when I could wait a year and a half and get a 9800 3DX?
Would it be too much of a generational jump that if they did that you would have to upgrade so many other components with it?
No, because this is going to run off the motherboard I currently have, because AMD loves us and makes it easy to keep using your same motherboard. Like, I was on the fence about buying a 7800 X3D or 3DX or whatever they are. I think it's X3D. A couple weeks ago, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. I don't need to interchange within my current generation. I'll wait for the next generation. And now they put these out, and it's gonna make me wait another year and a half. Also, 170 watt TDP. Like, yeah, the 1000 watt power source is now the standard.
Like how this entire conversation I've been looking at my computer. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Your potato does fine.
It's not a potato. It's like 3 years old.
Are you
Okay,
running
maybe it's a little.
Ryzen 5? Ryzen 5000?
Yeah. It's
Good.
a little bit of potato.
Go get yourself
What does
a
it say?
5800 X3D and call it a day. You can run that for
You
another 10
definitely-
years.
You definitely got a tater tot floating around over there.
It's definitely my hard drive that's the issue. I know that. But it's just because I've been too lazy to buy like a 2 or 4 terabyte SSD. It's just pure laziness. But speaking of buying stuff,
Yeah, Prime Day deals. You getting anything good?
I took a quick look around and then I immediately saw a couple of things that caught my attention, slapped my own hand, and exited out. I do not need anything, so I'm trying to be a responsible adult.
I'm old. I bought a doorbell.
Did you get one of the
I'm
ring ones?
old,
I got the Google one
Nice.
because
I almost got the Google thermostat.
yeah, that's on my list as well. It's not on sale as of the recording of this podcast, but I'm hoping it goes on sale in the next few days. I didn't want to wait until like Black Friday. I need a doorbell. I've been functioning for the last 6 months, 9 months without
You mean
one.
like an actual doorbell or like a Ring or Simply Safe system?
I do not have a doorbell. It makes pizza delivery harder than it should be.
Oh, okay, it's a legitimate doorbell.
Yeah, especially since you guys are gremlins and live downstairs of your house.
Yeah, we live in the basement, and it's just
Basement dwellers, let's go.
I have
You're
to
gonna be
like
on the plane to Japan.
I give hey, I shower.
Nice callback.
I give like Domino's my contact information so they could text me when the dude's close. That way he's not just standing out there confused. And being attacked by hummingbirds, because we have a hummingbird nest on our front porch, and Mama Hummingbird is pissy.
Well, does Mama Hummingbird like Domino's? Maybe you're just buying the wrong pizza.
I don't know, but I sat out there
Yeah.
for a few minutes trying to read, and she buzzed my head about 4 times before I gave up.
They do feel like little pinpricks whenever they're like,
Why do you know this?
so yeah, there's hummingbirds around my place, and people thought, and by people I mean my very gracious and loving mother, likes to put sugar water in like one of them little hangers. The
Oh,
problem with that is my car is right next to it, so when I go out to go drive to work and whatnot, motherfuckers be angry that it's the morning and they're just trying to get their coffee and I'm trying to get to work. And sometimes I like wave them away and they like hit me a little. But it's alright. They're not too bad. They are pretty. I will say they are very like gorgeous when you see them just like hovering there and you're like, that's insane.
You know, I bet there's some sick Prime Day SSD deals. Or check Best Buy. Apparently, when I was looking at Best Buy for the doorbell, Best Buy had it at the same price, but they had a bunch of shit for way cheaper than I was expecting.
Yeah, no, I know. My one of the people I know also bought a SSD. Actually, the same one that you guys were talking about and sending.
The Samsung one?
The 1 terabyte version. So I'm like, yeah, I know I could get one.
yeah,
I know I could get one. I'm just too lazy.
the black SSD that I shared with you guys.
Yeah, like I said, I might just get like a 2 or 4 terabyte, so I could rip out my hard drive.
Look
Dude,
at
I thought
the
about
inland
about pulling
prices. Go to Micro Center's website and check out inland prices for SSDs. I could swing up and grab you one next time I'm up there.
Will do.
I have a
I mean,
cultural meeting up there on Friday, so
When you say cultural meeting, do you mean like a computer builder anonymous meeting?
no. I work at a corporation, and corporations have culture meetings where we talk about everything but. It's like, are you happy?
Is it culture like? Is it like corporate culture, or is it like
Yeah,
culture?
corporate culture.
Oh, sad.
yeah, I thought about pulling the trigger on this 4 terabyte SSD just because it's a really, really nice, fast SSD for a good price for the size that it is.
You know, for all
4
the people,
terabytes for like two
that
something.
all the people that were scared that SSDs were just going to randomly fail, I have an SSD in my rig that I bought when fucking SATA SSDs were new, and it's still kicking. So I don't think SSDs are going to die anytime soon.
No, I don't think so. The only issue I've moderately seen is heating issues, but that's solvable very easily. And if you have heating issues, you bought a very cheap one.
Yeah, put a fan in your computer. Fucking savages.
Hey, some people just like to run it dry, man.
I get it,
sometimes
but
raw
you don't
dogging
always
life is
got to
not
be
the
in prison. That's going to be an
That was
interesting
the same
sound.
response from two very different directions.
All right. But yeah, I haven't seen anything jump out at me yet on the Prime Day deals. I just, needed a doorbell. The Best Buy deals look good, but like, fuck, do I want to give them more money?
Probably.
You know,
I'm
Best
now looking at the
Buy
Prime deals.
recently has had its place. And they have, I don't know what they're doing as a company, but their pricing has been pretty legit lately.
Home theaters.
Oh, dang.
The home theaters and home appliances, they're going to become
gonna
the next
say,
Sears.
Appliances for sure. Like I had to upgrade my appliances recently, and I got killer deals through them.
Yeah, I think they're heading the way of Sears, where it's going to be a slow death. We'll know for sure once they pick up Craftsman, but that seems to be like just the way to murder your company.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
I gotta
then
get off of Amazon. There's too many good deals.
then let's move to our final topic, which I'm hoping at least one of you might join me in, because I don't think it has a monthly subscription. Once Human. This looks fucking sick, bros.
So it does look sick. I had it on my wish list for when it drops, and unfortunately, I've recently picked up a couple other big games that I need to play through. I'm happy I didn't pick it up as soon as it dropped because it had some serious server issues. But man, the game looks good.
Yeah, I'll download and play it. The only thing I don't know if they're backing down from it, but from what I've been reading, they're doing like every 6 months server wipe cycles. I don't
Yeah,
know if
this
that's like
is.
confirmed or if that's just like the whole everybody's freaking out at TOS for no reason
I mean,
kind of thing.
looking at this, it looks like Rust with zombies and aliens,
Yeah,
and
that's essentially it. So I
and
guess
I'm
the server
about it.
wipe is always good. Yeah, I'll download and play it. I had to uninstall and reinstall First Descendant because for some reason it was literally using 100% of my CPU and then crashing. And apparently they made a patch with it.
This
But
is why you
when
need a new
patched
graphics
it,
card.
I don't because it's not my graphics card.
I don't know what
Shut
you're
the
talking
fuck
about.
up.
Everything can be fixed with a faster graphics card.
Yeah,
Everything. Listen, everything can be fixed with money. Yeah, everything can be fixed with money.
That's not what I said.
yeah. No, it's all about the graphics card. Doesn't matter how you get the graphics card. Cancer
No.
fixed with graphics card. AIDS fixed with graphics card.
Throw an i5 in that motherfucker with a 4060. You're fine.
Yeah.
My graphics card is good. It was legitimately the game was not off patch out. I had to reinstall, and that's what I did, and it works perfectly fine now. But yes, I'll play Once Human with you because the robot wants to feel human one.
Dude, it looks good. I'm thoroughly excited about it. I'm happy it's free. I don't know if there's a pay to win scenario, which I will probably download this. Ooh, does it work on Steam Deck?
Oh, look at this game. You need the recommended is a 1060. Fuck you guys. Look at that.
Still 10 series.
Hey, I've never once said that the 1060, the 1080 are bad cards.
You guys are just telling
The
me to move
1060
on
is a
or
bad
something I
card.
don't want to move on to. 1060 is a bad card. I had one. It's all right. Not really.
I don't know.
Work. I think it's more like
I repasted mine and overclocked the shit out of it, and it held up like a fucking champ.
I don't think there's a pay to win system. There might be like a pay to look good system. I haven't really explored too much, but all the negative reviews are just dumb.
Just a pay to whore yourself out system.
It does not run good on Steam Deck. Not yet.
Yet is a keyword.
Yeah, the psychopaths at Steam Deck Reddit are currently fixing it to where it will.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are just like upset at stuff that is like early game things. Like, oh, we have to grind a lot to build things. I'm like, well, welcome to a Rust-esque
welcome
game.
to the Thunderdome, bitch. I got 600 hours into Rust and I still feel like a novice.
I used to play that game so much with one of my friends who lived in Germany, and this man literally had like thousands of hours, and I've played it with him for probably about 1,000, if maybe not on my current Steam account, but on just in general. Still don't understand the game fully.
I have a separate Steam account just for Rust because I didn't want it getting leaked and be badgered by Rust people. Like, I was warned very early on that Rust is toxic as fuck.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I mean, that's one of the OG, like, fuck you places.
Yeah. I still remember, and this is probably like, I don't know how toxic it was of me, but I got, like, my friend and I were playing, and we kind of got spawn camped by some higher level dude that was just wanting to fuck around, and I spawned in, and I hunted that motherfucker down with a rock. And it took me like 4 hours to kill him, but damn did I kill him and took all the shit, and then just logged it. And never returned to the server.
Okay, so combined, I have 1,242 hours in Rust between my two accounts.
Jeez, nice.
And I am also going to jump on Once Human. If anybody listening wants to play with us, message us on Google.
Yeah, email us. Hey,
51 days of Rust.
It felt like so much longer. To be fair,
that's a long fucking time.
A good chunk of that, I was living in Korea and had nothing else to do. So,
Oh, this is
Oh
the
my
wrong.
god, I feel like an adult.
Oh, this is the wrong account. I was like, how do I only have 2 hours? I'm like, oh no, this is my normal account. Now I gotta go to my other
Oh
account.
man.
Yeah, I had like 900.
Okay, well, that closes out today's podcast, peoples.
Yeah. Thank you for listening and going on this emotional roller coaster. Not really emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, not a fever dream.
Episode.
We got through all our topics.
We did. Oh my god, this is the second podcast in a row, and we didn't technically get off track.
I blame DreadPirate. He's not here.
I was
Everything
just
goes
about to say
smoothly.
that.
You know, I will say in the intro, I lied. Never, dude never showed up, but it's okay. Everybody has a normal life to live.
Maybe
again,
maybe he's sailing the high seas.
maybe he's playing Space Marines too.
I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad.
I would be, but I'd also respect it. But either way, thank you guys for listening. If you want to catch us on X, Twitter, Instagram, it's at the Depths of Jigoku. We're on Spotify and also it's called Podcasters for Spotify. So whenever we say Spotify, it means both. At the same name, the Depths of Jigoku Podcast, and the same on YouTube. We typically upload 6 a.m. Fridays. Sometimes we are a little late, but the podcast will always be up, and there will now start being every time this episode is up.
6 a.m. Fridays may include any time zone on this planet or Mars.
Oh, fair. Yeah. Touche. Either way, it will be there for you to listen to on a Friday or Saturday.
Maybe.
Worst comes to worst, Sundays. Maybe.
Just in case you want to start your weekend off chaotic, we're there for you.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Remember, if you're feeling down, talk to somebody. Make sure you're always feeling good, taking care of yourself. And have a good one.
Always reach out. Adios.
Bye.
Houston, I'm getting a little fluctuation in the AC voltage now. Roger. 50 meter maybe, huh? Stand by. Looking good. You're still looking good. It's coming up 3 minutes.